Put God first. Every other thing, put them behind you. Your service for God, your worship of God. Don't be confident enough to say, well, I didn't come because of my work. Listen, that work will go one day. And what you don't have inside you will not make you to fly. Put God first. Put God first. Those who put God first, they never fail. They never fail. There was a man called Colgate. I know many of you use his products. It's used for toothpaste. They're advertising a lot now in Port Harcourt. He was a young man within a family. Grew up in a family. He grew up in Ireland, in Europe. And when the war was about to start, the father called him and said, you have age. There's going to be a recession in Europe. Get out of this city. So he left. But the father told him one thing. He said, when you get to America, make sure you succeed. He said, yes, daddy. Carry his bag. And they began to travel. Landed in New York City with a bag. He didn't know anybody. Nobody knows him. When he got there, an angel of the Lord appeared to him. Somebody appeared to him he didn't know. And he said, Colgate. He said, yes, sir. He said, 2 things will help you to succeed in America. What is it? He said, number 1, the rule of diligence. Anything you can find in America, do it with all your life. And do every day as if it's the last day of your life. Say, yes, sir. He said, then number 2, whatever money touches your hand, pay the tithe. Only 2 things. He said, the nearest future, your name will be all over the world, not only in America. Rule of diligence. And then the next rule, pay your tithe. Anything that comes to your hand, take 1/10, give to God. If you make a mistake and you put God number 2nd, you fail more than your father. He said, thank you, sir. So he entered New York. The first job he got was in a soap manufacturing company. He entered there as a factory worker. He'll be the first to come, he'll be the last to leave. He worked as if all his life depended upon it. He wasn't the owner. So while he was working, the manager were looking. At the end of the year, they called him, and then they promoted him. Promotion didn't change him. He's now supervising others, but the rule of diligence was there. He will always be there before the time. He will be the last to close. Another year, they promoted him, became a senior manager, a position that would take about 10 years to reach. Got it in 2 years. Why? The rule of diligence and payment of tithes. Suddenly, while he was a senior manager, the owner of the company came and he said, I'm not interested in the company anymore. I'd like to sell it. So they sat at the board. Which company do you sell it to? And they were looking at all the company. Unfortunately, they were seeing reasons why they shouldn't sell it to that company. So one of them raised his hand. He said, sir, if you want a lasting legacy for this company, Mr. Colgate, senior manager, give it to him. He may not have money to buy, but if you give it to that man, he will pay back. And that was why they had a meeting and called Mr. Colgate. Excuse me, would you like to buy the company? He said, I would like to, but I don't have money. They say, you don't need money. Your character is enough a deposit. From now on is your company. That's how he changed the name to become Colgate and digress from soap to toothpaste to this one to do that one. You enter any mall in America, Colgate product is all over the place. It's not just toothpaste, it's not just soap, everything that had to do. Why? 2 rules. The rule of diligence and the rule of what? The rule of tithing. Nothing entered into that man's hands, even as a gift, he will pay the tithes. And we're told that he attended Presbyterian church. And Presbyterian church gave a record that if Colgate stopped coming to church, the church is likely to go bankrupt because of him. He was not only paying tithe, the moment you mention, we have a need, Colgate will be the first to answer. We need another building, Colgate said, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Church, your mind, watch over anything